Hello and welcome. In today's episode, we're going to take a look at Old Key West Resort out at Disney World in Florida, the original Disney Vacation Club property. Now here you see quickly some handouts that you're given upon check-in. The map is going to be really important. So if you don't have any technologically inclined, you're going to want to hang on to that, or you'll have to keep picking them up from the front desk because this property is very big. It's not the biggest. That award belongs to Saratoga Springs, which is just next door. And speaking of Saratoga Springs, I've heard some people claim that that's the first original DVC property, but that's inaccurate. If you know anyone who's saying that, you should stop hanging out with them. Old Key West is in fact the original Disney Vacation Club Resort. In fact, it was first called the Disney Vacation Club Resort back in December of 1991 when it opened. That was followed in October 1995 by the Vero Beach property. So then in January of 96, they changed the name to what we now call it Old Key West. And Saratoga Springs did not come along until 2004. So very clearly, Old Key West is the original. A beautiful front area, main area here with the lobby, this boardwalk area, the gift shop, the sit-down restaurant, which is Olivia's, the to-go restaurant, which I believe is just called Goods to Go, and then the bar, I think we just passed it there, I think has a super adorable name, the Gurgling Suitcase. How cute is that? But this property right there at Goods to Go we just passed is the only place where you can purchase the key lime pie Dole Whip. It is key lime swirled with vanilla and topped with graham cracker sprinkles. It's delightful, especially if you're a Dole Whip fan. It's lovely. There's a great community hall here where you can pay for activities. Some activities are free. They've always got stuff for drawing and coloring and games inside the community hall. They were doing tie-dye t-shirts. See, look at those lovely cast members here inside the community hall. Just there to help you have fun, make sure you have fun, make sure those kiddos are entertained, especially if you happen to have bad weather when you're there, if it's too hot or if it's raining. Take them on down to the community hall. They will have special arrangements to keep everybody entertained. But as I was saying, they were tie-dyeing t-shirts outside community hall when we checked in on our last trip there. That was this trip here that I'm showing you, the video I recorded on my second trip. So I had stayed here before when we took the big family trip down to Orlando. And that was great because we had a 2-bedroom and we fit I think it was 9 of us into a 2-bedroom. A nice lovely gift shop here too. Earlier you saw on the boardwalk too, you can rent bikes, you can rent the Surrey bikes. There's really so much to do. I would love to actually come down here and just hang out at this resort. I don't even think, you don't even need to go to a theme park. If you're just looking for a vacation or maybe a staycation, maybe you're a Florida resident, this is a great place to pick up a little Disney magic, but then not spend on a theme park ticket. But if you're a local, you probably have an annual pass. But this was also a great touch here. I love this. This they call the family album. This is a little hall between the gift shop and the restaurant Olivia's, and it's where the restrooms are. So if you're waiting for somebody, or if you're waiting to get picked up for the airport or a bus, can come in here and just look at, there's so much history here of all the families, beautiful families, sharing their Disney memories and Old Key West memories. It's so cute. I loved it so much. And here, the main pool area, the sandcastle pool, I believe it's called, because the slide goes through the sandcastle there. There it is. And then this one right there, that red door, is the sauna. I can't remember seeing a sauna at another Disney resort property like that, outside of, like, you know, in a spa. I think like at Grand Californian, if you go have a massage, there's a sauna or a steam room or something. But just right next to the pool, a sauna just hanging out. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that before, especially on Disney property. But there's some waterways, those go throughout the resort too. This resort has a lot of buildings, a lot of spread. So if you're picky, you're gonna need to put in a room request early. So if you are concerned about being far from this pool and play area, playground, and here's the little splash pool for the really little kiddos, they do have the simple kind of rectangle pools. They have at least 3 of them scattered throughout, along with laundries. This laundry is next to the sandcastle pool up front in the main area, but each pool area does have a laundry attached with it as well. One of the satellite pool areas also has a snack bar. So don't worry, unless you're really attached to seeing that sandcastle, don't worry about whether or not you'll be close to a pool, unless, you know, the sandcastle is important to you. Then you'll want to make a request to be in a building near the lobby. There's also, if you are a DVC member and you're looking to use your points, there's a separate category altogether to specifically book a room that's up front near the main areas there. So for this trip, we had a 1-bedroom, which was very much like the 2-bedroom we stayed in when we had the whole family with us. But that oversized chair there folds out into a single sleeper. That couch there folds out into a queen sleeper. So even in this room, the 1-bedroom, you can get 5. I think occupancy is 5. And then if there's a baby, I think they do allow a 6th, but only if it's in a crib. Only if you have a baby in a crib. So you can pack a lot of people in here. But yeah, there's a nice open area here, little dining area, the couches, the TV. The TV is in such an odd position, but I kind of like it, like kind of down on the floor like that. It's weird, but I kind of like it. Because then it gives you that counter space behind. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Tell me what you think. Leave me a comment. What do you think of that TV there? Plenty of storage here. And a nice, if you're a golfer, this is a great resort because the Lake Buena Vista Golf Course runs right through this resort and Saratoga Springs. You're right here. Like, we could sit out here and watch people going through golfing. Just, it's kind of a very laid back vibe here, which when you're going to the parks, you're not always so laid back. So that's why I'm like, I want to try having a non-parks vacation here because it's so easy to relax here and just take it in, take in life, take in the scenery. Full kitchen, full-size fridge, freezer, stove, oven, toaster, coffee maker, all the things. If you've seen my other videos on DVC properties, it's all very similar here. You get your basic essentials to cook stuff, and if they don't have it stored in the room, there's a little list. I think when I open up the cabinet up top, you can get a glance at it, but there's a little list taped on the inside of a cabinet in each room about what things you can request if they're not in the cabinets there. Things, you know, like maybe they don't keep a blender on the counter, but you can call and request that one be brought up. Or I think things, you know, like a rice cooker or a crock pot or, you know, whatever, stuff like that. And that storage space there, I love it. They have updated the plugs. So there are some USB outlets, but that's as updated as it will be. So If you have a lot of devices, I would recommend bringing your wall chargers here, because you're going to have pretty much an equal amount of wall plugs, wall outlets, as well as the USB outlets next to them. Here we go into the laundry room, even a laundry basket to help you, and they set you up with soap and everything. So, and then I'm not sure if I like the way that this bathroom is laid out. It's interesting for sure, but it's a Jack and Jill bathroom. So here's the room with your main vanity, sink, the shower, and the toilet. And you can close this off, and this is like the bathroom, right? I love it when they include the handheld shower head too. That's my favorite. But then if you go through this door, there's another vanity with sink and a big jetted tub. But you can't close this part off. You see there's a window up there that it just goes into the bedroom. You can close the window, but then over here there's no door. There's the closet, but there's no door to close off like that sink and tub area. So I love the idea of having that big soaker tub and the extra sink, but I'm not super happy about you not being able to close that off. Like, that's the door to the bedroom, and they're a lovely bedroom, but there's no door back there. Anyway, tell me what you think of that too. I don't know. Very nice beds here. I liked it a lot. My mom was with me on this trip, and apparently I was snoring, so she would not sleep with me. I felt so bad. She went and slept on the pull-out couch in the living room. She wouldn't sleep with me in the bed. I'm like, Mom, it's a king bed. It's like, I offered to switch with her, and she's like, no. So anyway, plenty of space though. You get an extra door out to the patio here too. So like if your kids are asleep in the living room and you want to, sit outside with your coffee or something, you can go out through the bedroom. Now here we go into one of those satellite pools that I was mentioning. This is not the main area. This was the closest pool to our building. I think we walked, I don't know, just like 3 to 4 minutes through the parking lot to get to this pool area. Just a regular kind of rectangle pool. There's a hot tub and a playground you saw. And then of course, here's the vending and the ice and the laundry that was closest to us. So I think it's interesting that they have the laundry when there's a washer and dryer, but in the studios, I guess, yeah, you don't have access to the washer and dryer. So that laundry's mainly for the deluxe studios, unless perhaps they've rented you a room that does not have a working washer and dryer, maintenance issues, I don't know. I don't know if you caught that, but those were 4 hammocks there. We're back up in the main area now. That was next to the playground. There's a tennis courts, and there were 4 hammocks hung on those palm trees there. And somebody was using one, so I didn't want to get too close, but it looked super relaxing. So if you do have good weather, lots of outdoor activities too. Tennis, we got the shuffleboard here, and basketball. Plenty of things to be keeping you busy outside and not going into a theme park. So if you need the extra space, I really recommend Old Key West. Once again, I'm Stacey, your Disney hotel lady. Thanks for watching.